guys, and welcome to another edition of the Craft Cookhouse. Today we're going to show you how to make your own Sobrassada, which is a fantastic salami pate type sausage from the Balearics. In fact, there's a provenance on the stuff that comes out of Mallorca, and it's a fantastic spreadable salami. It's very similar to Ngerda, which is an Italian sausage, which is a little bit more fiery as well. But for this, we're going to be using 2.5 kilos of pork belly, all ready for grinding. We've got 75 grams of salt, we've got 50 grams of cayenne pepper, 200 grams of smoked paprika, and 5 grams of ground black pepper. So what we're going to do is we're just going to pop all this through the mincer. We're going to then mix in the ingredients, and then we're going to put it in through the sausage stuffer into some lengths which are around 10 to 15 centimeters long. So remember, when using your mincer, to put all of the bits and parts into the freezer for a good kind of 10 to 15 minutes to really chill down. This is because the grinding motion that's going through when we're grinding down the meat can actually start to warm it up and actually turn it into a little bit more of a paste and almost partially cook it as well. We don't really want that at all. Okay, so I also suggest putting this through on a medium coarse plate, which is around the 4 to 6 mil, depending on what sizings that you've got. And then once all mixed, we're going to put all the ingredients in. So it's time for us to put on those hands, hey, like magic. So as you can see, we end up with quite a fatty mix because of the belly pork. Okay, so now we've got our ground pork. We can now add in our salt, start mixing through. Get your hands right in. You want a really good mix through all of this. And then start adding your other spices as well. So in with the cayenne. In with the paprika. And in with the pepper. Okay, this wants a really, really good mix. Okay, till you can't see any more of the dry aromatics. Get your fingers right in there, giving it all a good squish and a turn and a twist. You want it so that literally you're going to see no pink meat. Now, a traditional sobrassada would be made with a stomach casing, which is kind of about this big. This recipe, I'm going to use sausage casings. I like to make mine smaller because it means that it's actually ready quicker. And it's more manageable because of all the smaller links, meaning that if I need to, I can freeze it. And it's also good to give away for your friends as well. Because believe me, when they start tucking into this stuff, all you get is, when are you making some more? Then we've pre-soaked our sausage casings as per usual. Now it's just a case of getting the skins onto our tubes. So now it's just a case of filling our stuffer with our pork mix. Or you can use our bottle top method, which is obviously takes longer, but it saves you the expense of having to buy a large piece of equipment. Now it's important, when this first starts coming out, there's going to be a lot of air starting to come out, so we don't tie the casings yet. Okay, we'll wait until the meat is literally coming out the tube, and then we'll pull it over and tie it. This way we can minimize the amount of air that's going to be in there. And when we come to doing off our ties, we want to use as much skin as we can. So first thing we want to do is just do a simple granny knot. Pack that up quite tight. And now you want to flip the skin over the current piece of string and then tie it again. Okay? And then by using a long piece like this, we can then tie this into a hook into a hoop for hanging. Okay, so we've now filled all our casings. That 2.5 kilograms has yielded me 19 of these bad boys. 19 of these. So the next stage is to prepare for the fermentation. Sounds scary. What you need now is a sterilised needle, and what you want to do is you want to prick these all over, getting rid of any air bubbles, because during all this, air is not your friend inside a sausage, okay? Then when we go to hang these in a warm area, so standard room temperature 18 to kind of 22 degrees, we're going to leave these for 12 to 24 hours, and what's going to happen is that the skin's going to shrink back, particularly also because the air holes, almost like a shrink wrap, right? And then there's going to be no air left inside. After those 15 to 24 hours, we're then going to hang them in a cool area, out of direct sunlight, preferably around that kind of 9 to 10 degrees Celsius if possible. And we're going to leave them there for kind of 7 days. After that, I'll open one up and just taste it and check it then. By then you're good to go. In terms of keeping, once after those 7 days, you can then keep these in the fridge and they're good for another 4 weeks. So if you've enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment and share, and even subscribe to our YouTube channel. Okay, and then we'll see you for another lesson on how to make some easy charcuterie at home.